Show your interest, show loyalty to Liberia. Show your interest, show loyalty to Liberia. Son of justice for prayer. The white son of justice for purity. The sun is for republic. The blue is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 lessons of people we are known as first republic. The rooster shall be nevermore. People who are poor themselves have seen my bed. Now we're right again. What's the unity we will build our nation? Liberia, no matter how the eyebrow grows, it can never be longer than the beard. A pleasant good afternoon and welcome to another fresh edition of the show Bits and Pieces on Voice of Liberia. And of course, today is Wednesday. Welcome to the Wednesday's presentation of the show. Today we don't have a guest who will do the talking on the show. What are the issues we'll talk about? The Supreme Court heard in the Bureau of Information filed by Battle Speaker J. Funati Kofa. We'll take a critical look at the hearing today from the both lawyers. Some of the questions that were posted to the lawyers of the majority and that of the minority bloc. We'll give our own analysis this afternoon on the show. We'll give you humble time. You also talk about some of the issues. You will speak to your lawmakers as well this afternoon on the show. You will speak to the Supreme Court. As we are with the Supreme Court to rule in the Bureau of Information fight. Today was the hearing. The two lawyers made their case. And we are with the Supreme Court to rule. The government of Liberia battled to pressure them about to live up the counts of the students. So you may be aware that yesterday there was a massive protest of the Monrovia Consolidated School System. The students were protesting yesterday. That led to the government intervention. The government, they on their need and appealing to the students. Say, oh, gentlemen, you don't forget about the thing here. We increase your instructor's salary. We will employ volunteer teachers. will ensure that schools are equipped, specifically the MCSS schools across the country. But it's a truth. It's the first time we will talk about it. We'll give our own analysis on the show this afternoon. Those of you watching, keep sharing the live. Those of you watching the live through our Facebook feed, just keep sharing the live. Leave a comment. We'll do the acknowledgement. We'll also do the talking on the show this afternoon. It promises to be very fascinating. So keep sharing the live. This is Bits and Pieces. It's on Voice of Liberia. 104.1 in Monrovia, 90.7 in Banga, 89.7 in Kakata, Maigibi County, 96.7 in Grambassa, 95.7 in Lofa. And so welcome to the show. The name is George. I'm George Way. Those of you following through our Facebook feed, keep sharing the live. Please share the live. Invite others to join the show. And you can also leave the comment, and I will do the acknowledgement right here on the show. This cash giveaway is on. The cash giveaway is on. Is running very strong. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. You play with $200 Liberian dollars. You win 20,000. I'm giving 20,000 and $50,000. This afternoon on the show, star 799 star 90 hash. Play with 200, and of course you win for yourself 20,000. Keep sharing the live. Leave a comment or leave a comment in the comment section. We will do the acknowledgement right here as we move on with the show. Let's take the song CRC. Congratulations. Of course, it's a wonderful piece of music, and I know you're going to like this song. Let's go for it right here.
I'm feeling the vibe with originalhits.com.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Talking about you, lepe we coming true. I can see all the good that do for me. Oh, I bet your blessing to enter me, and I get out of the door. You open door, you made a way. Make my enemy call away. They want to hold the job. I let them people not say.
Let's start to do the acknowledgement right here on the show. Those of you watching, keep watching and continue to share the live. Leave a comment. I will do the acknowledgement as we move on. George Watkins Jr. says, good afternoon, everyone. I'm following from my comfort zone in District 3, Moserado County. Alfred J. Joman says, I'm watching from Kakata. Abaku Esto says, I'm watching live from Zwedru City. Koje Kopo says, I'm following you guys from Bon County, Swakoko. Still got George Wright. Good afternoon. I'm watching you. I'm watching the show from Banga, Bon County, District 2. Thanks so much for the show. Theophilus Guluman says, I'm following from Pinsville City. Ruben says, good afternoon, George. I'm following you from Kakata, Maigibi County. Prince Tewan says, good afternoon, Voice of Liberia. I'm Prince Tewan, watching from Banga, Bon County, District number 3, the District of Representative J. Marvin Cole. Henry Kazili says, I'm following from Dupo Route, Cowfield Community. My name is Henry Kazili. Good afternoon, my brother George. My name is Andrew. Of course, I'm Andrew Blackie, following from Banga, Bon County this afternoon. Many thanks for the show. Marcos Sao says, good afternoon. I'm following from Kakata, Maigibi County. No, Jackson M. Jusu says, good afternoon, George. I'm following the conversation from Bellarmine community. That's great. Keep sharing the live. Just continue to share the live as we move on with the discussion. Continue to share the live. Salier M. Na says, good afternoon. I'm following closely from the capital bypass. Dinah Dennis writes, good afternoon. I'm watching from my resident in Matahan, New York City. Honorable Famba Ture Jr. says, good afternoon. I'm watching from Kawe. Honorable Famba 3, thanks for the show. And of course, that's it. The cash giveaway is on. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. You play with 200 Liberian dollars. You win for yourself 20,000 or 50,000 Liberian dollars. So 3 persons can start to play. 3 persons start to play now while we moving on with the show. 3 persons at least you play 2 times. And after the first segment of the show, we'll do the first draw and we'll give out some money right here on the show this afternoon on Bits and Pieces. And so all you need to do is to continue to share the live, leave a comment, continue to play as well, so that you win for yourself 20,000 or 50,000 Liberian dollars. So let's move on, fellow Liberians. Let's move on with the show this afternoon. And so, this afternoon, you will do the talking march. You will do the talking march. I will provide my little analysis as it relates to the hearing today from the court. Why it is true that we await the Honorable Supreme Court to rule into the Bill of Information that was filed by the embattled Speaker J. Funati Kofa. But like I said in my intro, before we move on to the hearing from the Supreme Court today, the government of Liberia, they've called on the MCSS, the students that were seen protesting, and the leadership of the student components of the MCSS, the volunteer teachers, the principals of some of the schools. They've called them, and the government is currently on her need. The government is currently on her need and begging the students not to take the street. Asata M. Miller says, good afternoon, Brother George. I'm watching live from So Clean Community. Good to be on the show. Congratulations, Asata. Keep watching and just continue to share the live. Invite others to join the show this afternoon, because it promises to be very, very fascinating. So the government of Liberia, this morning they had a meeting with the students and some other teachers. So now the government, they appealing, like I said in my intro, they appealing to the students to forego what we call protest. And so they've said to the students that out of what they indicated in the accounts, the government will ensure that it live up to what the students promise. And so, as per what the guys indicated, what the students indicated within the account, that they want their teachers' salary being improved or increased, if you may like. The students are requesting the increment in their salary, in their instructor's salary. 1, 2. They want the government of Liberia to also ensure that voluntary teachers are employed, are placed on government payroll. So now the government is saying to the teachers and the students, yes, they will take the responsibility. They will increase the teacher's salary And they will also ensure that volunteer teachers are placed on payroll. But you know what I'm foreseeing? You know what I'm sensing at the moment? More protest. I'm sensing more protestation in a very short period of time. These volunteer teachers, they've planned earlier. They've had several meetings. They were to come out Monday. These volunteer teachers were to come out Monday with a massive protest. Oh, yeah. They had several meetings. They were structuring themselves to come out Monday. But look, it's a very good step. It's a very good thing for the government to go to the students and apologize. Oh, to apologize to the students is a good thing. We appreciate the government for going to the students and go to appeal to them to leave the street. And it's good that you accepted that all of what the guys indicated within their petition. They are all genuine and you will live up to it. That's great. But fellow Liberians, hope there won't be another lip service. Hope there won't be another lip service just to ensure that the students should not come out no longer. Just before coming here, I spoke with one of their leaders. And you know, he was excited. And he said so many things to me on the phone. And I said, well, congratulations, guys. So we appreciate the government. But like I said, I hope there won't be another lip service where you will say to the students, you say to them, yes. Or you say to with the MCSS, say to the volunteer teachers and say, yes, we increase your instructor salary. We will ensure that we employ voluntary teachers. Then at the end, if you don't do it, what the guys are planning, it will be desperate. Because I spoke with some of the volunteer teachers. They had several meetings. I saw the attendance. They showed to me the attendance. If the government, the smartest thing the government did was to meet these students and some of the volunteer teachers. That's one of the smartest things the government has ever done. Because if it were not to do, if this government were not to do so, Monday, they come in Monday, we're not going to be easy in Liberia, especially in the capital of Monrovia. Because the voluntary teachers themselves, they've had several meetings, they plan to come out. But again, they are more united. They've come together as a group and they're watching the government. As per the agreement that you guys have made to the people, they are watching you. After a month or two, if you don't live up to the commitment that you just made to them, they vow to come out. And I spoke with them, they said, if the government cannot live up to the promise they've made to them, they will come out. And if they are coming out with, the second time, it'll be very dangerous. But like I said, I hope there won't be another lip service that you will say things as a government and you don't live up to it. You've promised the MCSS to improve all of our schools across the country. Granted. Hope it will be done. We should not say things and say that a bargain and wait the students come out again for the second time. Because like they promised earlier to come out tomorrow, they've said they won't be protesting no longer again tomorrow. Tomorrow, the students won't be in the street. You won't see them protesting tomorrow because of the arrangement you guys have made with them. Because of the agreement that you both have come out to. So, on this public medium, we want to appreciate the government for that. But like I said, making the promise is another thing, and living up to the promise is another thing. The MCSS, they're watching. They're waiting to see that their salary, especially the teachers, their salaries are increased. The voluntary teachers, they are placed on payroll. Because nowadays, imagine even in government schools, the voluntary teachers are in good numbers. Oh yeah, the voluntary teachers are in good numbers. They are in a very good numbers. So if you don't include these people on the government payroll and they decide to leave the classroom, automatically how many persons that employ government will go there to teach? At the end of the day, classes will be empty. You won't have people into the classes to teach. And so we hope that like the government has committed to live up to the plight of the students and that of the MCSS. We hope that it will be done in the soonest possible time. We hope and pray that it will be done in the soonest possible time. And so that we can have a better country. So that we can have a better and a peaceful country. CDC Pape Sources Keita for Life says, good afternoon, voice of Liberia, VOL from Duporo. Rescue train turned to big manager expectation for 2029. Gamin Saki says, good afternoon, brother George. My name is Gamin Saki. I'm now watching. I'm watching from 72nd Community. Gift Ronnie Furrow says, thank you very much for the great job, Mangbover brother. Okay, that's great. Bill Sankali says, good afternoon, VOL. I'm following from Ministerial Complex, Congo Town. That's great. Asata Miller says, brother George Waka and his yeah, and his police said they have rebels. So they are rebels. So they will feel the heat from the Liberian people. Murphy Heenan says, good afternoon, brother. I'm watching from District 9, where one of the best lawmakers live, Representative Foko. So, quickly, before we move on to our next talking point, I will again want to say thank you to the government for what they've said to the students. Harry Sedi, good afternoon, brother. I'm following you live from Makawa, New Georgia resident. Keep sharing the live. Leave the comment. I will do the acknowledgement as we move on with the show. The implementation aspects is what we're watching carefully, and we will ensure we follow it to the end. We will ensure that we follow it to the logical conclusion. None of you knew that the teachers plan to come back Monday. I'm the one saying it. The teachers, they've earlier planned. We got to enter at a point in time that they were even generating resources. They were collecting money from each other to get water and food. So you see, nothing the guys needed from anybody. They were preparing themselves to come out comes Monday. But because of the agreement, because of the apologies the government have made to them, they've back off. They said they won't protest. But they're sitting and watching and waiting on the government. If the government refuses to live up to the commitment that you made to them, when the guys come out, it will be very, very desperate. But in so doing, once they've committed to doing that, we will appreciate the government for that. Sometimes it's good to battle pressure to avoid some things. Yeah. So it was good that the government had to battle pressure to the students, so that we can have a peaceful country. Though every now and then we can just be here, people protesting and Greg instructing his police officers to kill them peaceful citizens. And so we appreciate the government. But like I said, I hope this won't be another lip service. Hope it won't be another lip service. Because the guys, they're planning to go to another meeting. The students, they are going to another meeting while the teachers are about to go to another meeting, federal librarians. And the next discussion they're having, if the government doesn't live up to the promise, or to the promises, what should be our next step? And so I'm calling on the honorable minister. I'm calling on the honorable minister. This too, we are aware this is Liberia. The issue of implementation is a major challenge. It's a major problem for us. But you know why? It is corruption that has engulfed the entire system. That's why you get it the way it is. But let me say this. I'm calling on the Minister of Education. I'm calling on the Minister of Education. The thing is simple. Yes, you've agreed to increase the voluntary teacher salary. But what you need to do now is you have to know how many teachers you're dealing with. How many are the voluntary teachers? And how are you going to do the increment in their salaries? What are the strategies that you will use to ensure that you can get this done? How are you going to get it done? These are things you should sit and start to contemplate about. Because if you don't know, obviously, we'll say there again, we'll see the guys coming back. And we don't want them to even come back. Because if they comes back, it will be bad for us. Obviously, it will be bad. So, Honorable Minister, what you should be doing now, like I said, you have to go in your cover, sit and strategize. Yes, we battle the gas pressure. What they brought, or as per the account, how do we work it out? How do we work it out as a ministry or as a government? That's the first and foremost thing. What are the strategies we're going to deploy to ensure that it works for us? Until that is done, we'll sit here. At the end of the day, we'll see the guys coming back. So I'm calling on the minister at the Ministry of Education. We appreciate the step you took. Sometimes, like I said earlier, and I will say it's good to battle pressure. You know why? Just to avoid problem. Because if you're not to battle the guys' pressure now, then tomorrow again we'll be talking about another protest. Monday again, the teachers be coming and be talking about another protest here. And Gregory will continue to instruct his guys to kill on the people, to get people wounded. That's one of the major reasons I'm appreciating the government through the Ministry of Education for buying down to the pressure of the students. And we'll continue to follow this to the logical conclusion. So let's acknowledge those of you just joining us and watching. Keep sharing the live, like I said. Continue to play the cash giveaway as well. We're giving out 20,000 star 799 hash. Okay, select number 8 for Voice of Liberia. Play with 100 that's $200 Liberian dollars. You win 50,000 star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. 200 gives you 50,000 and 20,000 Liberian dollars. So you have to play continuously, so that after this first segment, we'll give out $20,000 and $50,000. Let's acknowledge those of you watching. If you're watching, just leave a comment in the comment section. I will do the acknowledgement right here as we move on. Masa T. Vanning says, good afternoon, Mr. George Way. I'm falling from Crown Hill YMCA building. Musa A. Answer says, good afternoon, VOL. I'm following you guys from Johnsonville. Henry T. Jr. says, good afternoon, VOL family. I'm watching from a residence in Cowell. Musa says, I'm watching you live from Johnsonville. Okay, that's great. Linda Morris says, I'm watching from somewhere. Come on. Okay, that's it. Continue to share the live. Just leave a comment, and I will do the acknowledgement as we move on with the show right here this afternoon on Bits and Pieces. So let's move on. Let's move over our next talking point. So don't worry, you have the time today. We'll give you the time. We'll talk about the issues, and so don't worry. And so today, the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia heard in the case involving, or conducted the hearing in the case involving the embattled speaker J. Funati Kofa. As you may be aware, the embattled speaker fired a bit of information to the Supreme Court to get these people. Kofi Bondo says, good afternoon, VOL family. I'm watching you from Camp Johnson route. And so the embattled speaker, J. Funati Kofa, fired a bit of information, and that was heard today. The lawyers, they presented their case or cases. There were questions posted to these lawyers. I mean, legal-minded questions were posted to these lawyers. But fellow Liberians, I'm still sensing something here. Let me make this clear. Murphy Henry says, good afternoon, brother. Today is the date for the final ruling. The whole world is watching the Supreme Court. Thanks for the ruler lawmakers, Mili. One of the best represented Foucault. Okay. We can say to you, or I cannot confirm to you here that the ruling will be today. That I can confirm to you. But what I can say to you is that the court will actually rule. They will come up with their ruling, and we hope that the ruling will be very clear, so that Liberians themselves can understand what's happening. So, like I said, there were too many things that the Supreme Court spoke about and pointed out. There were too many things that the Supreme Court spoke about, and in my mind, I don't see the essence of these guys still misbehaving and doing the wrong things. Because one thing the Supreme Court said, that any session that is being conducted must have constitutionally mandated presiding officer present. And constitutionally, Funati Kofa is the legitimate speaker, though he's been in battle, but He's the legitimate Speaker of the House of Representatives. So as per that, I think it is simple. Once you have fanatical fight in country, and the Speaker has never at a point in time mandated the Deputy Speaker to preside, or the House of Representatives, he's in country, what's the essence? And he's in his office always, what's the essence? And so that's one of the things they spoke about as well. When the lawyer of the majority bloc, the Councillor Vanny Sherman, was presenting, in fact, they started to checkmate him. They started, checkmating the lawyer, the Honorable Vanny Sherman, when they thought that he was going on the wrong. And they also did same to the lawyer of the minority bloc. And the next thing the Supreme Court spoke about, that even without a quorum, Fonati is empowered to either compel attendance or adjourn proceedings. And even if only 2 lawmakers are present, the authority is in Fonati by the law. So the legal framework, it does not recognize the concept of whether majority, minority, or whatever to have their own session or achieving a quorum. So this is what I understood today. The Supreme Court, they were ruled into this case. Like I heard from one of them, they said, now we've heard and we have the bit of information. Let's see how the Justice Minister will come and interpret our ruling that we are expected to come out with. So from the legal questions that were posted to the 2 lawyers, you know what I'm sensing here? We'll still have you go settle your thing. We'll still have you go settle your differences. But as per some of the questions and the way the lawyers they try to place Vanny Sherman in order, a lot of our lawmakers from the majority bloc, they've come to realize that all of what they've been doing, they've been on the wrong. And even that of the minority bloc. So what's happening here now is there will obviously be an election for the speakership. Oh yeah. Obviously there will be an election for the speakership. Whether Kun likes or not, there will be an election for the speakership at the House of Representatives. Because you know what? Once the Supreme Court ruled, automatically Fonati will resign. And if Fonati resign, you have to conduct an election. Automatically, you have to conduct an election. So, there will now this entire rigmarole will be. Because it is simple. By law, like one of the associate justices said, by law, Fonati is the speaker. By law, he is the speaker of the House of Representatives. And so, we expect the majority bloc just go quietly to session. Where's the issue? And let the speaker recuse himself. Let the embattled speaker recuse himself. But I know, as per the information we've gathered, Funanti will resign very soon. There are conversations that they're having. Funanti will be resigning very soon. But he's awaiting the court to rule. Once the court rules in this case, automatically Funanti will be resigning, and the issue of election will be up next at the House of Representatives. And one thing, the Deputy Speaker cannot preside when you have the presence of the Speaker. Unless the Speaker has mandated him to do. The embattled Speaker is in good health. As per your horse's rules, it can only be when there are conditions attached. If he's caught in any of those conditions, fine. Then we could be talking about your gathering is legal. So now you see, it is illegal because he's not ill. That's why your horse's rules say if he's ill, fine. Then we'll be talking different thing. Or if he's dead, fine. We'll be talking different thing here. But he's still strong. The embattled Speaker did not delegate his authority to Deputy Speaker Fala. And so I listened to the lawyer when he said every time that the majority will go for session, Funanti will be in office. So you see, where are we heading as a country? I think we need to be serious. And I would like to call on the Supreme Court. I like the way they posted some of the questions today. On a very serious note, I like the way they posted the question today. And we hope that they will be independent. Like they've started, they will be independent in the ruling. We're hoping that the Supreme Court will be independent in her ruling. That we expect soon. And so, though it is speculated that Vice President Kuhn and Thomas Fala, they're playing around these justice authors to ensure that the ruling is interrupted. But I know from what I saw today, it won't be. Because if you had the opportunity to follow the ruling today, it will shock you. Because I saw the independency in the lawyers. And they were asking the needed questions. The questions that legal-minded people will ask were the questions they were coming out with today. And I want to appreciate Sane Yo and the rest of the associate justices today at the Supreme Court of Liberia. We appreciate all of you, and we wait to get the ruling from the Supreme Court in time soon. We move on with the acknowledgement. We'll continue to do the acknowledgement. Wule Jedo says, good afternoon. I'm following you from Logan Town. Nancy Jordan is watching. Good. It says God Manimi Tito. He says, good evening, Voice of Liberia. My name is God Manimi Tito. I'm watching from Newcretown. Yeah, I think he meant good afternoon. Yeah, that was an error. But I think he actually meant good afternoon. So welcome. It's good to have you from wherever you've joined us. Let's be together. This is Bitz and Pieces. It's on Voice of Liberia. The cash giveaway is on. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with just $200 Liberian dollars. And of course, you win for yourself 50,000 or 20,000 Liberian dollars. We're giving out 50,000 and that of 50,000, 20,000 and 50,000 are the amounts we're giving out today. I'm looking for a wonderful song here that I will play. Let me play this song. Let me take a song here. It was done in the Kwele vernacular. It's a wonderful song. Let me take this song. Where's the song? I'm trying to find the song here. Good afternoon. Welcome. Bitz and Pieces is on. Asata and Miller says, I followed live from the LNTV live. Okay, that's great. It's good that you watch the process as well. Let's take this song. It's called Go To. We'll come back. We'll open the line and we'll sit and listen to Liberians. This song is called Go To. It was done by Richie and Tokpa. It's a wonderful piece of music. Welcome if you just joined us. This is Bitz and Pieces. It's on Voice of Liberia. 104.1 in Monrovia, 90.7 in Banga, 89.7 in Kakata, 96.7 in Lofa, 95.7 in Bassa. Welcome. Let's do it together this wonderful afternoon. Shortly, we'll run to the line. Begin to pick the calls right here this afternoon on the show. So the cash giveaway, like I said, is on star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars. And of course, you stand a chance to win for yourself $20,000 and $50,000. Yeah, we're giving out $20,000 and that of $50,000 Liberian dollars this afternoon on the show. So you have to play continuously. Play as many times you can play in order to get money in your wallet. Imagine $20,000 right now is a huge sum of money. Even $50,000, very huge sum of money. And I know you don't want to miss. So you have to play continuously. So let's go to the line now and begin to hear from Liberians. This person is on the line. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, this is brother Sabu Rasta joining you from Point 4 in Zimbabwe.
From Zimbabwe. Go ahead.
You know, bro, let me just thank you for your talking point this afternoon. You know, from the inception of the whole rule of the Supreme Court, I feel that Richard Kuhn is not a speaker of the House of Representatives. Because
Okay.
the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court was clear. You don't need rocket scientists to tell you that. The Supreme Court, Article 66, Article 49, and Article 33, the Supreme Court interpreted these articles. And the Supreme Court said any action according to this article will be ultra viral. So I knew that Richard Kuhn was the ultra viral in the coronavirus. So I know that Richard Kuhn is not a...
Yeah, I know coronavirus. I got there. So thank you. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Hey, good afternoon, my dear brother, Mr. John White.
It's a Mark from Grand Bassa. Go ahead. Let's hear you. You're live on the show.
Thank you, my brother. Mark Bemele calling from Kitchener Grand Pastor, Cadre 1 of Boncati Fund. Yes.
Go ahead.
I listen to you. You know, Mr. White, I told you that if I the first play, they say you play. They say you play. Whatsoever in that music is pertaining this government. But we told the people that don't deal with something that you don't know. And I want to say, somebody going to come and see people, and when see you, you will die. And that's just what going on with the Liberian people. This government is stealing all as that we're dying. Two, we know that Fonadi Cover is on the right side. We've been saying this on the radio that Fonadi Cover is a legitimate speaker. And for the point ruling that the Supreme Court will utter virus, we knew that Fonadi Cover was right. And for just what you said on the radio just after the job, we are listening careful, and we are getting to know that Fonadi Cover is a legitimate speaker. And even this morning, I said it on last radio that as soon as they get the ruling, Fonadi Cover going to resign from both sides, either the speaker and the representative position. We know. So let me say, pass up, and we know that the video going to come to the Liberian people who on the side of Fonadi Cover.
Thank you.
On the Liberian, on the side of.
Thank you. Let's hear from all us. Hello.
Hello, Master George.
Ma Sisi.
Yeah, Papa.
Go ahead. Let's hear you. You live.
I'm the female you get calling for clarity.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Master, for the show. Lo, we've been saying those things that my brothers have been rasta just said from the Christian. We not know what we listen to the people what they say, we understand it. That says labor. You understand? We told the people our no number. That the Waka, what he doing is not correct. It's not good. It's not for the rule of law and people power, but to be breaking our laws in our country, that is wrong. And we will not be afraid of bush cow. So we will run for the bush cow. No, we cannot run for bush cow. We will stay and tell the bush cow what you do is wrong. They may not speak up. We always say this. They're cool, man. You're not a speaker. You don't want to say the power. Work for your time, fool. And you won't be speaker for the president for the night. Then you'll be speaker. The first thing about you say the mass to you, say that all of the people, that all of the whole, I make your bed. They will not order the horse, they will order you. If you don't see your culture money, we know. According to the court, we call it up or challenge you. What we see today, let the law be the law. If you want to resign, but let the law be the law. We believe in the court, what they say, we go by it. We will not go here. We won't go anywhere around. Our children.
Thank you. Mansisi, thank you. Let's hear from others. Hello, welcome. What's your name? The two lines blinking.
Are you coming on?
I'm okay. What's your name, sir? From where you call?
I'm calling from the township of Bitz.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, let me say many thanks to you for that brilliant discussion. Well, George, to be frank with you, if the Supreme Court was clear in the ruling, by this time we have gone far. It is so embarrassing that the Supreme Court is afraid of the executive. Why should you be doing that?
Why you think the Supreme Court is afraid of the executive?
Yeah,
as per the hearing today, my man, you still feel that they're afraid of the executive?
I'm sure. You know, these things are politics. They are politics. The Supreme Court is totally afraid. I didn't say we have fear no favor. They are afraid. Thank you, this afternoon, George.
All right, thank you. But let's wait and hear from the ruling. Hello, welcome. Good afternoon.
I'm calling for Tumo Village. I'm calling for the district. Why would I get no district representative? Une for himself.
Which one the district not get represented, brother?
Yeah, he probably go along.
Which one the district not get represented?
Hello.
Which one the district not get represented? Go ahead, let's hear you. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, make your point quickly.
I own a student business. You hear me?
Go ahead.
The students on the education business, they
go ahead.
The students want left for politics to export. If politics enter school, be parent for us.
What you call politics enter school, my man? What you call politics enter school?
Yeah, because people use it. Hello. People use it other people to police the students and
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from all us. Hello, welcome. What's your name? Good afternoon. I'm good. What's your name? From where you join us? Let's hear you.
This is the Peter Sa, and I represent Sokola District 4.
Peter Sa, go ahead. Let's hear you.
We already anticipating a victory for the King of Fonati for the guise of the rule of law. Although somebody calling from the district, they didn't say the district is a banner. If that district is a banner, the message should be carried on to Wakai and his group of Kunin and Kansas. Because you can get lawmaker
you using a function, getting some of them when I see them around capital, you must do that. Also, you want a man to go and work people at the out of our group. That's the only way you be representing you. You're a peer agent.
No, hello, no, I don't want you to say that. I don't want you to say that, my man. So the way you call to make a point, somebody will say you pay agent. No, let's not do that. Let's get another person on the line. Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
George.
Yeah, good afternoon. From under the street light.
Yeah. I'm Peter David Castle. I come from under the street light.
Peter, go ahead.
Yeah. George, firstly, let me condemn the action, the brutality against the students yesterday. These students went out yesterday to advocate and fight for academic freedom for themselves. And that is the only means that they can use to elevate their horizon and also create a better living standard for they and their family and their country and life. It was just unfortunate yesterday. These guys from the Gogre Koma camp, when they start beating on the students, that action was very much barbaric and sinful. These guys came on the mattress of rescue. Why are they just destroying every sector of the Liberian society? Then the top part, they have not even rescued a fly. They're killing and at the same time destroying. That's not the aim of or the meaning or the purpose of rescue. And lastly, to the Supreme Court. I think the Supreme Court is going to rule at any time, and any way it goes, trust me, J. Fonati-Kofa is not going to resign. This was going to remain the speaker of that particular House of Representatives until 2029. When these guys are being eroded from power, we institute a good administrative system, and Fonati-Kofa will say speak up 2029 as a speaker. And
Okay.
has the meta capacity. He is developmental oriented. He cross across every sector of the Liberian society when it comes to leadership. So
Okay.
my team throughout. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. You've made a point. Thank you. 0773-419502, 0773-419502. Those of you in the counter, 0773-978564. Let's take this person. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's the name? I'm okay.
This is David King, and I do join you from my San Jose resident this afternoon.
David King, go ahead.
Yeah, it is quite spectacular, what we witnessed yesterday. I can remember during 2019, this very NCSS student, they blocked the road even we are. That is stopped moving. Because we are now other parties to kill them or take care of them. He disembarked his vehicle and he asked for that leader. He took them, he walked them on the main road at the foreign ministry, upstairs in his office, and he asked them what was the issue. When they put the issue on the table, it was discussed, and the student went home similarly without nobody pursuing them or wasting their blood.
And you think that's what should have been done yesterday?
Yeah, that is leadership. And this leader called President Weir, people say he was in F. But I think the person who is in F is Joseph Boakai, because all we see for Joseph Boakai, for the onset of the government, he went to King George, he killed people. He has been killing people all over the place. He used the use of leadership, the Idi Amin. Just because a fellow was taken to the NSC, torture, forcing him to lie on Fonati-Kofa and concerning the very capital building that they brought America to here. They were not forensic fire investigator, but rather firefighters. And things here.
Okay.
They later on yesterday against our brothers and sisters, our children. I think it was bad on that part. They should refrain from this kind of thing that they are introducing the country.
The government is not appealing to the students. They've agreed to the counts.
They are not agreeing. Look, let me tell you something, John Way. The education minister told us yesterday that the teacher had been paid. You are aware. She said that yesterday. Where somebody will be paid, then the person go on the rampage and start to agitate for salary, pay all of the classes. Remember now, next month our students will be sitting for the WIAC. So these students need to be sitting for WIAC.
Okay.
And they see that the instructors are on the go slow. They are not in the classroom. Is it not a right to come up to call on government, national government to pay the teacher?
Okay.
You go put a lot in there.
Okay, let's hear from Olos. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Good afternoon. Yeah, brother.
Good afternoon. What's your name? From where you call?
I phone in from District 4, Palo County.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
This is the voice of Akwe Eboe Sinan. My dear brother, let me applaud you this afternoon for the way in which you are conducting the show. This is my candid opinion to this issue that has to do with the Supreme Court and that of Honorable J. Fanati Kofa as well as Rachel Kuhn. Look, let me say this. Even if the Supreme Court should come up with a finding that we all Liberians have been yearning for from the beginning, if the Supreme Court should come up with it at this point in time, I want to say it is deleted.
Why so? Why you think so?
Why am I saying it's deleted? I'm saying it's deleted because the purported speaker in question in Rachel Kuhn, you and I know that Rachel Kuhn has served for a period of time, being a speaker. You and I, we are aware that Rachel Kuhn was even the speaker in charge at the time when the recent budget was passed. You and I know Rachel Kuhn being purported speaker has been receiving salary as speaker and other incentive as speaker. So if the Supreme Court should come up with a finding that, Rachel Kuhn is not the speaker, I want to ask the Minister of Justice and the entire Supreme Court this question. If they should come up with a finding at this time that Rachel Kuhn is not the speaker, he has been purporting as speaker, then I will ask them, will Rachel Kuhn restitute all of what he has been receiving as speaker? Will he try to reverse all of the decisions Rachel Kuhn has taken as speaker? Will they try to revisit even the recent budget that were passed under the gavel as under speaker Rachel Kuhn, purported speaker Rachel Kuhn at the time? Will they reverse all these things that have happened? That's the reason why I'm saying it's deleted. And for any reason the Supreme Court wanted to come up with a ruling, they should have come up with this ruling. You would not be afraid or stay. You are the chief arbiter of justice in this country. There is nowhere in the world two persons will go to court, my dear brother George, and then you say to them as the court that there's no loser and there's no winner. You go and settle your case. No. If you are too up with the authorities to pass on ruling, you must muster the courage and pass on ruling.
Okay,
so
thank you.
From the beginning, if they was going to come up with this ruling that we all expected them to do, we wouldn't have been at this stage where we are. So
thank you. Thank you. Let's hear from others. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Is that way?
Go ahead. What's your name?
Yeah, Judge, just on Judge.
No, I did not cut you off. Probably you made a point.
No, I didn't make my point.
Conclude quickly. 10 seconds.
Conclude. You know, the government is behaving of being of Janjaweed. So I just describe them as being Janjaweed. If you just go define what Janjaweed is, exactly what is going on in the street of Mohammed, we see police not wearing masks. Can the police law enforcement or legal law enforcement be wearing masks? Like a robot? Police taking people from inside over, you know, coming in our country and this year, you know, where about is noon up till now. Police going community, you know, dislodging people, grabbing somebody like you kidnapping and forcing and they disappearing.
Okay.
So those are all attributes that we're describing unlike in the past ways to cause people man being raw. We are not being raw here. We are just, you know, flexing our intellectual muscle by describing our action. The action is total, you know, Janjaweed.
Thank you. You've made a point. Let's get another person on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name? From where you join us?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Fanny Dana and I call from the UN draft.
You call from the UN draft. Go ahead.
Well, my brother, let me appreciate this afternoon for the talking point. Therefore, let me appreciate the Almighty God for pumping breath into us, our voice to be heard.
Make a point. Go ahead.
And my brother, you see, when it comes to the judicial branch of government, that of the executive branch of government, even if the judicial branch of government come up with a ruling, we've been seeing it for the first year of the Unity Party-led government. When the Supreme Court come up with a ruling on the turning position, but yet the executive who dare to enforce the law, stay downplayed by enforcing a particular law, and up to today they are still operating. So if the Supreme Court even come out today and say, Richard Koo is in the wrong, I strongly believe that the executive branch of government will stay down that particular ruling. So they will continue to work along with Richard Koo until they say they can do it. Pray for me today. Thank you.
All right. That's it. That's how you see it. Thank you. So keep playing *799 *90#. Prince Flomo says he's watching from Freeport. Jen Mabaro is also watching. Guys, continue to share the live and leave a comment. I will do the acknowledgement. One person played 2 times, and then we give our 50,000 quickly. Hello, welcome. What's the name?
Thank you, dear brother. Pleasant good afternoon.
Is it Hossein Keo?
Yeah, this is Hussein Keo.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on the discussion. So, everybody now in the country has become experts of everything. Economists, lawyers, doctors, and everything. So, whenever there are even fictional issues that should be discussed by professional politicians, will take out the phone and call only to be heard. This is a legal. Let me just share this knowledge that I have with the Supreme Court. Dear brother, the Supreme Court has 4 associate justices and the Chief Justice. Now, the both team, that is the majority bloc and the minority, they all have 2 lawyers, that can argue the case before the Supreme Court. Now, they're going to argue the case. After the argument, the Supreme Court...
The two lawyers, they done.
Yes, good. They done, right? And the associate justices will run out what we call the opinion on the argument, out of taking the side. Now, after the opinion, there comes the voting process. The associate justice will vote either for or against based on the argument. So, if, for example, 3 of the associate justices vote that Bonanti is in the right and he should be granted the speakership, and 2 other judges dissent, definitely the majority carry the rules. That's how it works. So it is not a one-man show. But when people don't understand it and listen to your sister's show, in fact, they were even insulting the Chief Justice, threatening her, as to the decision that will be made today.
No, but Hossein, to be honest, Hossein, hello?
Yeah, I'm following.
To be honest, from the questions that were being posted by the justices, I don't think there should be anything like insult. But let's wait and see how the ruling plays out. I think that's what we should be doing.
Yeah, thank you. So this is why I even told many of the callers and even talk show hosts this morning, don't wait on the Supreme Court, because mind you, those are professionals, that are in different areas, and we're expecting to do the needful. So for me, I'm not going to undermine the ruling of the Supreme Court today. I'm sitting watching. After the ruling, then I will make my own personal, or agreement or disagreement on the opinion that we come up on the Supreme Court.
Thank you.
That's a fair thing to do.
Thank you, Hossein. You've made a point. Let's get others. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. What's your name?
I'm Thomas Wawuka. You're calling from Kirisburg.
From Kirisburg. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I just want to tell my little son every night then he comes to tell the other people that he knows better than the others. No. Come and say what you want to say. What you know about legal activities? More than law is reasoning. Law is reasoning. That was very clear for Barney Chama to tell his clients that this is the issue. Barney Chama never did it. But thank God, he already had that American stigma on him. And I would not expect that on him. A real renowned lawyer, international lawyer, he should not be bringing our country to this level here. But even I get found with the Supreme Court. Supreme Court, you have been finished with it long time.
Honestly, thank you.
And one single lateral block is important. So we will not cause others to drag you into a different. You get the power, then they'll be scaring you and this and that. Look, let me just tell you something, my brother.
Go ahead quickly.
The come. That coon man, all those majority men, they will pay for everything. We know if anything that you ask the other people that we dealt with before, they will go after them.
All right, thank you. Let's get this person. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, for Uzi, everybody want to be lawyer. Want to be lawyer. He doesn't know what he's talking about. These people are not going to get anybody say, you are right, you are this. The people keep up with ruling. The build of information, the people they now understand they onshore to when and interpret the Supreme Court ruling. So the bit of information our father so far is for the Supreme Court to then say, in fact, they know virus. Let the Supreme Court be able to explain to them. For example, people standing in line to go vote, two associates going inside, three go. So look, that's not the issue. We know nothing about this activity, and he wants to pretend to be somebody who has knowledge on the legal issue in the country. We know nothing.
Thank you.
Last time when they send the mobile money on your phone from the color brigade, let him eat that money.
Amen. That's an allegation, but thank you.
No, it's on the radio.
Thank you. James S. Moba has joined us. He says, good evening, good afternoon. I think that's what he meant. Voice of Liberia, I'm watching you from Tupo Village. Keep watching and continue to share the live. Invite others to join the show this afternoon. This is Bits and Pieces. It's on Voice of Liberia every weekdays, 2 to 4 in the afternoon. And of course, I'm George Way. I'm here up to 4 o'clock. I will take leave of you. Tomorrow, Jala Griffey will be here. And Friday, yes, tomorrow and Friday, Jala Griffey will be here. So, fellow Liberians, I want to agree with some of you, the callers, who have blamed the Supreme Court for some of the things that has been happening in Liberia of recent. The issue involving Yeke Koloba, the issue of the burning of the Capitol building and all of that. And the reason is very simple. The Supreme Court firstly ruled and was not clearing or ruling. At the end, the Minister of Justice came out and interpreted the other way. And that brought serious contention in this country by the same politicians. And so, like the bit of information that was being filed by Representative for Nati Kofa, the speaker of the embattled speaker of the House of Representatives, I think it is meant to make explicit their rulings. And I think the Supreme Court this time around, we have to make the Liberian people to understand what should be done at this point in time. Like at some point in time, we're critical today in the questioning of Vani Sherman and the rest of the guys. I think it should be displayed in their final rulings. They should come out in their final rulings so that Liberians can understand what's happening. So that Liberians can understand as to what's happening in our country. If the Supreme Court was clear in the first ruling, I think by this time we'll be talking something else. Because there are others who are in the majority bloc that they've said when the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Fonati Kofa, obviously they were joined Fonati bloc. There are others in the block of Fonati that have said if the Supreme Court ruled in our favor or in the favor of the majority bloc, we will go and join the majority bloc. So you see, it has reached to a point where everyone's sitting and waiting to hear from the Supreme Court. Yes, we all understand the role you play. But at a point in time, you have to be precise. with a ruling on what should be done. We hope that as we await the ruling from the court, this time around it will be very clear so that even the lawmakers themselves can understand. So that the lawmakers themselves can understand. If you say for nothing, though the people not getting 49, but they are majority, so what are they doing? They right, make the people to understand. If you say, oh, majority block speaker Kun, what you guys are doing, the House's rule doesn't call for this. There is nothing called majority block or whatever in the House of Representatives. Let this be done, let this be done. Fine. And if they defy the mandate, as per the laws, as per their House's rule, then Liberians themselves will understand what the problem is coming from. Then Liberians themselves will understand where is the problem coming from. But until that is done, this rigmarole up Capitol Hill will continue. If the court isn't precise in her ruling, I foresee this fight continuing up Capitol Hill. And it doesn't show good sign. It is not a good sign for our country. Obviously, it is not. These things can be going on and we have investors coming here. These things cannot be happening and you get investors coming here. Obviously, no. They won't. They won't come here. So there's a need for even the president to step out. He needs to intervene. The president himself needs to intervene. He needs to do that. There's a need that the president intervene to ensure that the rule of law is respected, the Constitution is respected, and the right thing should be done in our country. This is now a lawless country. Why should the president even sit there with the level of experiences you have, Mr. President, to sit there and the country is being wrong in such form and manner? With the level of experience that you brought to the presidency, see where we're heading now as a country. Blackman Brown says, good afternoon, George. I'm watching you live from 16th Street Single. Thanks for the show. Sarah T. Johnson says, good afternoon, Voice of Liberia. I'm watching you from Totota. Keep watching and continue to share the live. Leave the comment. I will do the acknowledgement as we move on with the show. The president himself had to step up. He should not be moved by some of the things Kun is saying. He should not be moved by what Vice President Kun said in the U.S. Because I know these are the things that Kun then, the Vice President, then can say to the President. That everything is rosy. And this is the blood that we should work with and all of that. But in my mind, and as per the laws of the country, we still have issue at the House of Representatives that should be resolved. And to ensure that this is resolved, or this hula baloo up Capitol Hill is resolved, there's a need that the president step up. The president have to step up his game. Liberians are now willing to go back to the dark days. While it is true that we are also behind the back of the Supreme Court to ensure that Their ruling be clearer. The bit of information fight is heard already. We are waiting for the ruling. So why is true that we are waiting the ruling from the court? We're also calling on the president to ask Richard Kuhn and his colleagues to do the right thing. Let them do the right thing. Let the guys ensure that the right thing is done. The right thing needs to be done. Today, before I can take the final batch of courts, today some of the same lawmakers who refer to the associate justices' statement as a liquor talk was seen today at the Supreme Court. God. So you see, you refer to the statement from the associate justices as liquor talk, but today you went there and you sat in a court and you were waiting them. You are waiting to hear from the court. So it is today that you expect them, that you go and sit under them. You see how these guys, they're arrogant, and their arrogance is making them to go some kind of way. And it's making them to look foolish in the public. That's how Colette and the likes of for the family appears now in the public. You insulted these guys. You refer to the associate justice and his colleagues' statement as liquor talk. Oh, but today you go and sit under the people and you wait to hear from them. So you see, and that's what I said the other day on this platform. There are other people, when you take money from them, they are zero. Once you get money from them, they are zero. When you give them money, when they get some money, they behave like they are the hero and they can do whatever. So Representative James Colette and for the family of Bon County, you insulted the associate justices, and then you went to the same court. You guys went and sat there, and you were there waiting for the hearing. I know you also waiting to hear the ruling from the court. Why you have to insult the people that you all are now waiting to hear from? Why insult them and go and sit under the same people? So you see how power can get people drunk? It is power that has made for the family and that of James Colette, they're getting drunk. And that's what they're doing, some of the things you see them doing, federal librarians. I was shocked when I saw for the family and James Colette at the Supreme Court. I said, but what do you guys want to do to the Supreme Court? Oh, today, whatever the Supreme Court says, some of the questioning won't be legal, eh? Or when there are tough questions posted to your lawyer, you will turn that as legal talk. These guys, James Colette and for the family, they are seems to be disgrace to Bon County. And I will say that every time I sit on this platform, you insulted people, You turn them all set of names. Then you go and sit under them today. The same people you disrespect and you say all kind of things about them. And you go and sit and want to hear from them. But for the family, then should understand that this country is now a lawless country. This country is a country of law. This country is now a lawless country. And there's a need that they stop making the kind of reckless statement. Fode and James Colette will have to stop the disrespect that they've carried out against our court actors. They have to desist. You disrespected the people. When they say things, you said our liquor talk. You disrespected them, you say all sort of things. You threaten them. Then today you go and sit there. What you want to do there? There's a saying that say, when a figure-headed lady go bathe, or when somebody's sound go bathe, and someone who's not too well mentally, the person go and take your clothes from ahead of the bathroom, and you leave naked and follow that person. So two of you who not well mentally, obviously you who in the bathroom, very sound-minded, you in bathroom, you bathing, and someone who is not sound, who's not well mentally, come and take your clothes from ahead of the bathroom, and then you leave naked, you jump outside, and jump behind that person who's not well mentally, who got problem. Ordinary people will say crazy. And you follow the person. The two of you who crazy. I think you live in the bathroom, some man, person that going behind the crazy person, you are the one that I find very crazy. So what I'm saying here in short is that these same people you insulted here these few days, they say what you guys were doing were ultra-violent. So because of that, you insulted them. You used all sort of words on them. But today you went by, you sat on the same people. And you were waiting to hear from them. After press time, you're still waiting to hear from them. So I don't know, you people in the Supreme Court, people who now, you're tall like, yeah, lekoto. I don't know. I think it is you, for the family, and James Colette. I think that you people, maybe you're going to take in alcohol and, before going to session or before saying things. Because if I feel that someone doesn't say something sound, someone doesn't say something that makes sense, I won't bother myself to listen to you. It's simple. The reason is very simple. Because you say things repeatedly and none make sense at all. So you said the Supreme Court, out of their talk, they just liquor talk. So why go today and go and sit down on the people? So we'll take few calls. And wrap it on the show. The cash giveaway is on *799 *90 hash 20,000 and 50,000 Liberian dollars. Shortly, I will do the draw and give out 50,000 and that of 20,000 Liberian dollars. All you need to do now is to hit the system very high. Play as many times you can play in order to win for yourself 50,000 or 20,000 Liberian dollars. The cash giveaway is on. Let's take a few calls. 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502, or better still 0773-978564. Good afternoon. Cyril T. Johnson says, good afternoon, Voice of Liberia. I'm watching you from Totota. Elijah K. Colley says, good afternoon, VOL and Big Brother George. The Supreme Court is not doing well for this country. I'm watching from Kakata, my Gibby County. Let's hear this person. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show.
Go ahead.
My name is Jerry Wonima, call from Soakley, district number 4.
Jerry from Soakley, go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm a parliament from Sanity District, number 7. You know, like I said, what call it a district or a district? We have for family. We have Bakule there, we're doing little well for the district. So, God will say, come and LU, I'm making my power LU, I come and phone with LU. Turning the law, also, we said the thing from the beginning, when they started that issue, we said the thing, Article 49 and 33, really good. Don't turn it also down. 33 and 49 is still clear. They just say no majority. You see some guys, I know when they want to go to university, guys from there, they don't understand. I want to put this really put and tell them, oh, they put in salt pool. It ain't salt. I can't go and get BSc. Then I come back, I see law, I papa, it's wrong. You go to the pool, let it to go and make law for them. Then you see law, you want to violate. It couldn't be, it's a good. As a citizen, you should be careful to protect the law because the law is a law. There's a gun law. It's a matter that going up. The power, the Holy Power is there to preach the gospel. The Constitution is there to guide all. Then you say no, and so Joseph says for God's law, who gave the beginning song? You say no, and that God gave the beginning song. You say that would have gave the beginning song. But sometimes that go and we blame our people from the districts who go and let the God two districts. That number 2, that James Cole guys are district, that district, and hopefully someone is a district, or the bomb and they'll feel it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear from this caller on this line. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
George.
Good afternoon, welcome. What's your name?
Thank you, Chief, and Mr. Good afternoon. This is Quill William Covey, and I joined this conversation for District 3.
Quill, go ahead.
Thank you, Chief, for the analysis. You see, you know, when I heard you just giving problem regarding for the family and that of James Cole, you know, I was just laughing. You know, there's no amount of magnifying the voice or polishing the voice that for the family used. For the family did not pluralize any word and that. He singularized his speech or he attacked on one person. He did not say the Supreme Court. He said if somebody that is, but that attack was going to the CDC appointed judge on the Supreme Court bench, Judge Yami Kwesi, who is part of the Supreme Court bench. And we all know that every ruling comes from the Supreme Court bench. It is based on democratic ruling. That is the higher number. If 50% agree on anything, that is what's going to come out to the public. So probably the President may not be part of the 50% or the 4% that rule to give that particular ruling to the public about your virus. So he left the people, and when he spoke on behalf of himself or to make attempt in speaking on behalf of the Supreme Court bench, that which we know that he lacks the authority. He's not the official spokesperson of that bench.
All right, thank you. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, this is the King.
David King? Hello? David King, are you getting me? Hello, welcome.
It is quite frustrating to see our brother from our county, those two guys. You know, maybe they drank something stronger than King Jude today, and they went over there to sit on those very people who they said they were talking liquor talk. Because you cannot condemn somebody, then you go and sit waiting for the person and to you what they do. And maybe more drunk than those. Because if you will look at somebody giving a any opinion on an issue, you call it liquor talk. At the same time, you go and sit again on another thing, man, to explain to you what they meant by what they said. Then I don't know who very drunk in his place or who very high in his place.
All right.
But all in all, we want to say to our people, we from Bon County, as people always tell us to be, not everybody from Bon County is stupid. They got few Bongis that are very stupid. Such as Fode Famule and well, he get big on his shoulder.
Thank you.
He say he graduated from school.
Thank you.
About legal issue.
Thank you.
He's a very stupid man.
Thank you. Elijah K. Colley says, good afternoon, VOL family, Big Brother George. The Supreme Court is now okay, I think I read that comment. Stanley Sharif says, good afternoon to all. I'm watching from Broadview City. Let's get another person on the line. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Lira and I join from Banga, Bon County.
Go ahead from Banga. Let's hear you.
Yeah, anyway, people say that Lekoto and we emphasizing on it, but equally so, we will sit on a platform referring to the people that they are jungle and they making law. We still sitting on them as lawmaker. Then why is they appearing before Supreme Court and say there to interpret law to them? They still law they make. Then what become of you who sit on the platform calling them a jungle? Are you not jungle too? Are you not referring to yourself a jungle?
You said where you come from?
I'm from Banga, Bon County.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Let me hear from this person. Hello.
Hello, Josh.
I'm okay. Welcome. What's your name?
This is Pop Power calling from Buchanan City.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thank you, brother. I don't want to call, but we get on the video about Judge about Jigo. I told you that you were just your own. So I told I will not put them to go down and start forcing to go. I think I still yelling, but the problem is he's a advocate. The case is for at least some guys say, yeah, we put there in Tuesday about say he's 11. He's Yakande. He's the end of whatever come up in it. We got boy. That is so over. But he will regret it. Oh, yeah, but why should I leave my people there? Put there. You know, you go to so I love it. But I bought so. I don't know where I put that program, whatever the way, bought it all the people there by friend. Yeah, let's judge about what if I ain't. But think about it. What if I ain't?
Thank you. G. Jefferson M. Cole says, good afternoon, George. I'm watching from Pinsville, Red Light. Daniel H. Nimland says, good afternoon. I'm watching from Buchanan City. Grand Bassa County is clear. The majority block is wrong. Kofa is the legal speaker. Hello, welcome. Okay. What's your name?
Yeah, thank you. So I want to ask my brother, I want to ask the people that were talking the Supreme Court best. I want the sound now to go to all the people. Yeah, the stupid people that I don't know just for your asking say you foolish man. Yeah, the stupid person.
No, hello. No, man, Sisi, don't go that route, please. It's okay. Don't forget about that man. Forget about the man. The men are paid agents, so sometimes when they're doing that work, they're allowed to do that work. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Roger Chia calling from Beginning of Grand Basso.
From Grand Basso, go ahead, let's hear you.
I hear from Bon County District number 7 to be precise, Bon Mine.
Oh, for the farmer that I love, make up.
Where for the farmer came from?
Go ahead.
We got a whole lot of problems down there. That guy, now you want to talk to China, you want to solve the problem down there. People need job there. Then he here calling the Supreme Court.
He's insulting people. Acting rude.
People around. We did not elect the man down there to be insulting Supreme Court. In case we do it, in case we start doing it, how will you see? So I back for the metro free for that.
All right. Thank you.
More for inside.
Thank you.
More for in the team. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Thank you. I'm S. Roberto Wee. I'm one of the citizens of District number 1, Bong County.
From Bong, go ahead.
All right, thank you for the platform this afternoon. Really, Funati Kofa is the legitimate Speaker of the House of Representatives that international community know. One fact I took from you is that when the international community is looking at such of behavior into the hierarchy position of the government like the legislature, when we investor come, those lawmakers are the one that putting up behind. So for the ruling of Supreme Court, we stand by them that Funati Kofa take the lead. If he will resign, that he right, because he will let to prove it to the people that those guys were doing things on their own. And those guys that took that 15,000 from Wakai to just go behind or Richard Kun to court and say majority block, they were doing it in their own wrong way.
and it will follow their children. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think that's why he's pushing. Fonati just want the writing be done. That's all. That's why you see up to press time, he hasn't been able to resign. Yes, he want the writing to be done. That's why has been holding his resignation. But I can say to you that there are consultation and he will resign very soon once the Supreme Court ruled and the writing is done. Let's get this person on. Hello, welcome.
Hello,
welcome.
Yeah, this is Brother Sharif. This one, and I call you from Buchanan.
Go ahead from Bassa.
Yeah, thank you. You know, what really confusing me is that you make the law, and it's people interpret the law. The same law that you make, people interpret it and say, no, you won't go by it. So why is it you making law now? The same law that you put together, you sat down, you put it together, put the to interpret it. Then you feel to go by it. So where are we going? So we think you are the lawmaker, you see that breaking the law, all to try to tell us. So really, the Supreme Court did the right thing today to see what all the next time to take. Thank you for the show.
All right, thank you. But let me say something. As per the question you posted, right? That the lawmakers, they make the laws and the Supreme Court interpret the laws. But now this is it. Not that these guys from the majority bloc, they don't know that what they're doing is wrong. They're in the know. But you know why? You know why they insisting and doing all of the wrong thing they're doing? It's because they have the support of the executive. It's because you have one vice president who got tapped on. He doesn't say anything good. He's supporting the people. He takes envelope to these guys overnight to do some of the things they're doing. You listen to the vice president when he was in the U.S. You listen to him when he was defending these guys. So you will get these things happening when you elect broke people who don't have nothing. You made them to be represented. See men like James Colette. See men for the family. I said here the other day that some of the things these guys are doing will shift blame to Edward Kafia. Will shift blame to Edward Kafia. And after the show, somebody took phone and started to say all sort of things to me. But I would say, yeah, you know the reason why? Because these guys, they are hustlers. So what they're doing now is they're hustling. They don't see the House of Representatives as an area that they go to represent people, they go to make laws in the interest of the people. But rather they see the House of Representatives as a place where you go, you enrich yourself and go and sit down. So that's why you see the guys that are doing all the wrong things. That's all. So you see Colette, for Representative James Colette, he's a boy that came from the Mountain River Union, I know, Youth Parliament, something like that. He's somebody that he got to the representative position. He had nothing. They discovered who at a point in time gave inside the old Jeep. And that's what he was using. And the people say, oh, he's our son. Let's have him elected as our representative. Because he promised the people that, in fact, he was a law student. He said all sort of things to them. That he was the only person competent for the post, politicians. So the people, they went for him. So what he's doing currently, he's enriching himself. It is now that Colette is building housing in his district in Bonk. So you see all of the hustling he's doing, he's using the money now to build his house. So you really feel that Colette get time to ensure that the right thing is done? He doesn't care. All he's after is to get his envelope, to go to places where he will get money to enrich himself. So who tell you what they're doing? They're not in the know that they're doing the wrong thing. They're in the know, they're aware. But it is because where they are, you got an executive in full support of them. They can just go to that hotel phone call, they get money. Once they demand to the executive, oh, we're not doing the one who do this, they get money. That's what they keeping themselves to where they are. And that's what they're behaving reckless and making all sorts of statements against reputable people. Why refer to basic statement as a local talk? When you go say, and some of you pay agent in the pocket of these guys, you want to say all sorts of things, but I don't blame some of you. Because it is the kind of situation that these lawmakers, they place you into. That without them, you can't get nothing. So every weekend when they go to the counters, they give you $5. They put money on your phone, so you will call and say these reckless things you say. It's good to be real. Sometimes when your leader is in the wrong, say, hey, you in the wrong. What you're doing is wrong. You will say what you're doing is wrong. I challenge those of you listening in Bong, especially district number 2. What are the promises that James Colette made to you? Whether he has fulfilled one? He promised his official vehicle was going to be given as an ambulance to the people of that district. Where is it today? Where is it today? These guys should be ashamed of themselves. But I said it the other day that Colette, what you see Colette and this ball for the family, what you see them doing, Kafia will take the responsibility. Kafia will take the responsibility and he's responsible for what's happening. And if I sit on the platform 10, 20 times, I will shift blame to Kafia. Thank God that he was rejected by the people of Bon County. Because these are all failures. These are people who has failed. And that's why you took the hustlers to the county and people made them lawmakers now, they start to misbehave. But I like the way Colette treating Kafia. Oh yeah, I like it. Oh, the man can answer the man, call the man. He doesn't even call the man. He don't have time now. Because Colette feels that he has arrived. So he doesn't pick up Kafia call no longer. Very rude and very disrespectful. That's who he is. We'll get a few calls on the show, and at 4 o'clock we'll wrap it up. Let's take a few calls. 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502. Those of you in the counties, 0773-978564. At the numbers right here on the show, we can get a few calls quickly, and then we wrap it up right here on the show. So let's take a few calls now. This person is on this line. No, we lost this person. Let's get this other person from this end. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, Brother John. This is Papa. I want to hear. But let me tell you. Why you say you don't like Brother George? I don't feel nobody else for Ella Capia. Ella Capia, the kid I call gave you, and you deny it, you know, you don't go behind heaven. Right? So I'm making a famous. You got Ella Capia be a senator. You go on there, continue, be the man. This is our candidate. This is our senator.
Capia can never be senator in our country.
You see?
He can never be senator. The men are corrupt, man. Kafia is a very corrupt big brother. Let's take another person. Hello, welcome. What's your name? Hello? Hello? Okay. I can't know you. The line is very bad. Let's take another person on the show. Hello, welcome. What's the name?
Yes, Mr. George. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's the name? From where you joined the show?
Yes, my name is John D. Yakpa, and I call from my district number 2 resident. We're on the Cocoa Road.
Oh, in Banga. Go ahead, John. Let's hear you.
Yes. George, I want to say thank you for your analysis this afternoon. You know, one of the supporters of James M. Kule, and the people of district number 2 are disenchanted with the attitude of James M. Kule.
Is this the John? Is this the John that I used to see on motorbike behind Kule every time in District 2?
This is John D. Yakpawulu. It's not a John. There are 2 John. His name is John Yakpawulu. My name is John D. Yakpawulu.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I hail from district number 2, and I one of the vertebrate sons that represent.
Make your point back. Make your point.
So, thank you for the show this afternoon. You know, our lawmaker has built us. All the promises that he has made against us. Today, we cannot see James and Kule, who used to speak to us. The need we know about James Kule is Niki. Today, the downtrodden masses didn't come to them. Today, he acting lot in the House of Representatives. We are not seeing any difference from the aim of the country. But he said in very royal country, he just taking deck, putting it in another hole. So it's just happening. Team Mkule have got a failure for us in the district. The district is not progressing, and we the citizens are standing up. It cost today election. James Kule will not be represented by Team 2.
Thank you.
The attitude towards our district has everybody are frustrated. The elders are frustrated. The youth who empower him today is up there, he's doing nothing for them. But today, James Kule will come in the country. He will be visiting only people who related to him, right? But we are forgetting about the masses, the models who by him today. We are forgetting about them.
John, thank you.
Thank you this afternoon.
Thank you. Let's get another person. Welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name?
Good afternoon, brother. How are you?
I'm okay. What's your name from where you call?
This is Mommy Guitar, a member of the Civil Rights Movement in Liberia. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Mommy, go ahead.
So, I want to appreciate you and appreciate all those who participated on the show. You know, who have to love our country more than individuals. But most of the love of my brother, when the Liberian people go, they stood on the line and vote for the people to go and represent their interests. And they leave the people interest their own trigger issue every day. For me, the comment against the Supreme Court, if there was some country, this man is supposed to be embarrassed by
his utterance.
Utterance against the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of Liberia and the election dispute. The people go to the court for right. And the Supreme Court, they say the Supreme Court of the Liberia. A good and any other body for us to see making comment against the people is very sad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, you want to partake on the show? Go ahead. Let's hear you. Hello. Go ahead. What's your name? From where you call?
My name is Toga George. I do join from Electoral District Matubon County.
Be snappy. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Georgie. My brother, like what you are saying, on Ocasio, I've been saying that again on digging Super Bondis radio. On Ocasio, the one that bring problem to us in district number 2, like what you're saying. I've been saying to people, but they don't want to listen to us. Well, we say, this collection will lie. When I say, you're going to want to rehabilitate road here. When I say closing purpose. When I say you're going to build on that bridge, 419. Oh, when I follow a lot of 419, anything, any permit, he gets for the permit.
Thank you.
When I challenge you, he are not dedicated any project that he's going to take in district number 2 are challenging to kind of dedicate any project or the reason we are pushing the project dedicated they should do a challenging. Thank you, Georgie.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for your point. Let's get another person right here. Okay, before we take that call, Jan's debut Badio says, good afternoon, voice of Liberia family, and good afternoon to the peace-loving citizens of Maryland County. I'm watching from District 16, Central Nuclear Town, where Honorable Dixon Sibo remains the most serious minor lawmaker Brother George, if the so-called majority bloc had all those allegations against the battle speaker on Okofa, what they always refusing to go to session in order to have a quorum and get the 49 lawmakers and be able to present the allegations. Okay. Harris AF Lumen says, I'm watching you from Cinco 4th Street. Continue to play the cash giveaway, star 799 star 90 hash, star 799 star 90 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars, and of course you win for yourself 50,000 or 20,000 Liberian dollars. Right here this afternoon is on Bits and Pieces on Voice of Liberia 104.1 and other frequency across the country. It's a very tough and provoking show, afternoon show here on Voice of Liberia. So we can take at least a call or two, and then we'll wrap it on the show. And when we come back, we will do the draws, and we'll start to send your money out to you. 0773 419 0773 419 Those of you in the counties, 0773 97 8564 0773 97 8564 are the numbers that put your voices through this afternoon on the show Bits and Pieces right here. Let's take few calls quickly. Let's see whether we get a call or two on the show. If not, we will wrap it up on the show. If we get a call or two, we will just leave it as it is and go home. Let's get this person here quickly, just before we go. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm Elijah Bucket calling from District Number 2, to be precise, Mana Winshu, Ciensu Clan.
Go ahead from Bon County, Winshu. Is that the home of Senator Prince Moy?
Oh, yes, you are right, 100%.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just remind you that some of the people doing things only because they want money.
That's what's happening.
District Number 2 did not appoint or elect Jean Kodet to be hunter. But tomorrow coming, the iron pool that he will vote for him. Because these are some of the things he carried to various communities, carrying iron pole and places to places. Check around.
Are you real?
I am telling you for real that iron pole will vote for him tomorrow because these are the things he was donating around.
Wow.
Check to other places. The places they call Dauta, places like Mangil, places like Gomlamu. Those bridges damaged there, they ain't able to fix it. But they're running behind people, breaking their offices. 2029 coming for them.
Man, your lawmaker, I don't know how to refer to that guy. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get another person quickly, and then we go. You are a final caller. Welcome. What's your name?
Thank you very much. My name is Daniel Mengwa. I call you from Bong County.
Daniel from Bong. You are a final caller. Let's hear you.
Thank you. This is my first time calling on this radio. Please give me 2 minutes. I want to speak on two issues.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes will be too much. 2 minutes will be too much. 1 minute. So just knock the hammer on the head and move to the next one quickly.
Thank you. One has to do with the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice is going out. I'd like to urge her to leave a legacy by explaining the bill to the Liberian people. That's one. The other one has to do with Kun. They will do everything they do illegally because of the executive power. But I believe that another government is coming. All the property they acquired over the years illegally will be confiscated, and he will be jailed for that. Thank you for giving me the chance.
Okay, thank you. We're not taking call. Thank you. You have found a caller. That's it. And of course, that's how we like to go home on today's presentation of Bits and Pieces. Jala Gravy is expected to be here tomorrow on the show. Until we meet another time, I'm George. George, who I presented the show. Bye-bye, I'm out. Today.